Alright guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Just got done doing the video for this big house right here. I'm gonna do one for the ISX 3300, one of the most recent mowers I added to the fleet. So this is my first commercial zero turn I've bought, and it was a decision I made last minute. I was gonna get 61-inch version of this along with the 72 that's right here, but they had this in stock. I was looking at it, I was like, be pretty cool to try something different. And this is hands down, the best zero turn you can buy, in my opinion. I'll get to that in a minute. And that is the best stand-on you can buy. I didn't explain in the video, but I'll explain it here at the end of this video. So, go over the features of this thing, and I know I have the LED light on. Hopefully it's not blinding for y'all, but don't have much light to work in the storage unit. So, anyway, got two 5.5 gallon fuel tanks on each side. Here's the valve for it. You can, switch the tanks, and you switch it here to shut it off and run the fuel out of the engine at the end of the year. I do wish they drain the fuel evenly from each tank rather than a valve. I like that better, just so one tank's not full and the other's empty when you're on hills. Both of these machines are beasts on hills, like hills you shouldn't even walk on. I took these things on and they handled it no problem. Really big thing on these zero turns that Ferris has, it has four shocks of suspension front and back that are adjustable. Haven't adjusted them yet, haven't played with it, but these things make the ride super smooth, along with that seat that I'll get to in a minute. I like these control arms, so it's similar to the Z3X, but instead of a solid bar, it's split into two, so that one is separate from that one there. And it adjusts the deck when they go up and down, so it doesn't scalp. So really like that. The deck cut's phenomenal with those bigger blades, getting to the bigger horsepower. And this is a 61-inch deck running the X blades right now. It cuts great. On the control panel here, you got the electric throttle here, which I used to hate, but now I like it. The benefit with this is, like, every time you shut off the mower, and once the solenoid quits, it'll reset the throttle to the lowest it can be, so you're not starting the mower at full throttle, which is really nice, because sometimes I forget to move the throttle thing up there. It's bad for the mower to start it at full throttle. Got the switch for your LEDs, PTO switch, and your hour meter. Your ignition switch there. Got the quick shoot on here along with the stripe kit. Gonna get twheels for this and that one soon. But yeah, then your deck height is really simple. So what you do, you set it and then you push this pedal in and then you release that and it drops the deck. This is your parking brake. You do have to adjust the springs on this because the deck is a little bit heavy to push up, so it's harder to float the deck. Yeah, once you sit on this thing though, and this is a big thing, this seat, air ride seat, this is the most comfortable seat I've sat on in my life. And I've sat on lazy boys and really expensive theater seats. Hands down, best seat I've sat on. It's super comfortable. You put your weight on the seat here to dial it in, and I mean, this is like a Cadillac when you're driving it. Like, you don't feel a bump hardly at all. And I go full speed, 12 miles an hour on this thing sometimes, and it goes and you don't feel anything. You're really comfortable on this mower. You can practically fall asleep on it. So very comfortable mower. Then you got your LED switch here, just to give you an idea how dark it gets and why I got it on. That way y'all don't complain in the comments. I know it's draining the battery. I'm not a rookie. But yeah, so then you got this motor, 40 horse Vanguard motor, and it has I have stalled this thing out on taller yards that are wet. Normal weekly growth, it's fine, you can go full speed. You do have to slow down on the bi-weeklies a little bit, or else it will bog down a little bit, especially with those X blades. Other than that, love the motor. It's the same size motor as the 37. It just has a different ECU in it, which gives it those extra 3 ponies. This oil guard system right here, I love it. It needs to be on every mower. It saves you time, it saves you money. If you doubt it, trust me, if you had a bad experience, you either just had a fluke, or I know you probably just had a fluke. These things are the bomb. These things need to be on every mower. I ran Kawasaki's and I love them. There's nothing bad with them, except for the muffler thing that they didn't have a support on the earlier models. But those work good. Those are bulletproof. But these versus the new Kawasaki's, these are better. They're gonna last longer. Now versus the older gen Kawasaki's, they're on the same playing field as this. I mean, the older Kawasaki's, they're real good motors, but supposedly from my dealer, what he told me, these are better components, all that fun stuff. So basically, I think I went over majority of the mower. If I missed anything, I'm sure I'll mention it in the next video. I'm trying to keep it short for y'all, but I'll tell you why I think these two mowers and their respective, deck size, whichever one you get, doesn't really matter. The reason why I say these are the best mowers on the market, one, you get the best bang for your buck, so you're getting high-tech technology with these things. That's heavy duty. It's not going to break down. I have a lot of people say it's overcomplicated, more stuff to break. It's not much more to break. You got bolts and you got solid steel in between. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, yeah, they could go wrong, but they've been proven over the years. They're really solid, and it does help you out, scalping, leaving a better cut, and all that stuff. Same thing with this one. This one doesn't even have springs on it. It's just more steel and bolts. That's all it is. So you get more bang for your buck with more technology. I see all these X marks. They've been the same. They don't really improve anything on them, and they're jacking up the price on them. So don't know, I mean, to me, you're getting the most bang for your buck with Ferris. The deck is basically the exact same as the Skag. Wide discharge opening. I mean, I have a buddy who has Skag that I tested his stuff out. To me, I mean, the cut is very similar. I like my Ferris more than the Skags. From what I've seen online, seen in person, what I've test drove my buddies, which are still good mowers, but I'm just kind of a little bit biased. I like the suspension on the Ferris. I like the anti-scalping capability of it versus, Skag and other mowers that are fixed frame. The Z1s and Z2s don't have them, but the Z3s and all the zero turns have it. So I really like that about them. They're over-engineered, but they're, not going to break. So to me, it's worth it. And then the hill capability of these things are insane. Now your Turf Tigers can perform about as well as these, but your V-Ride 2s can't compared to these Z3Xs. The Z3Xs are way far ahead in the ball game compared to the V-Ride 2s, in my opinion. Here's why. You got that front axle. Make sure all front of your tires are in contact with the ground, so it's safer and it's more stable. You got a wide frame machine, okay? Whether it's a 52 or 72. Now that one I put 12-inch wheels on and reversed them so it fit within the 52-inch, deck, and on that side it's about ½ inch over the discharge thing, so still within spec, but you know what I mean. If y'all saw my Z3X video. That and that hold hills like a freaking billy goat. I'm talking like 45-degree slope hills like that you wouldn't dare walk on hardly. That thing does almost just as good as the Z3. It's a hair behind on the hillage, but it can handle it. It just slips a little bit more, but once you get used to it, it can handle it. So I mean, the hill capability of these, I know the Skags have the Vanguards on them now, but to me, the Z3Xs are just way more ahead than the B-Ride 2s in my opinion. And I'm sure I'm gonna get a whole bunch of backlash in the comments for saying this, but that's just the truth, hands down. If you want a billy goat, get a Z3X. I've seen a lot of people bashing the cut quality on the Ferrises, and it doesn't matter any mower you got. One, you need to make sure it's leveled, and two, depending on what grass you're cutting and what conditions, you know, you can get any mower to cut phenomenal with the right blade setup, the right technique, the right pitch of the deck, you know, all sorts of things, the right height, all that comes into account. And these mowers can cut phenomenal in any condition, because I've tested them out with all kinds of different grasses: centipede, fescue, Bermuda, zoysia, crabgrass, and weeds. I will say these things cut better when they're cutting lower, but you can get them to cut great still up higher with the right blades. So I don't want y'all saying, oh, the Ferris cut quality is terrible in these conditions. Well, you didn't have it set up right. It's hands down. A lot of mowers won't cut great in certain conditions because they're not set up right. And that's with any mower. So, but that's why I feel like these are the best mowers on the market. That's why I like all these Ferris mowers. They cut great. All these different brands are going to make a great product. This is just my opinion, even though I'm kind of saying it like it's facts, which to me it is. All companies are going to make a great mower. All companies are going to have a terrible mower at some point. But to me, these are the best mowers on the market, in my opinion. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope y'all enjoy the review. I'm going to get some more videos out for y'all soon. Hopefully the light of the freaking second sun in the room here isn't blinding the video. And hopefully y'all enjoy the video. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Take it easy. Keep grinding out there. Drink some freaking water, and, you know, chase your dreams and yada yada yada. I'll see y'all in the next one.